The man glanced at his phone, and then his car hit something. When he got out, he found no one there. Looking up, he saw a sign warning about deer crossings. Thinking he had just hit a deer, he drove home. 5 minutes earlier at the same spot, a couple had been arguing outside a nearby bar. James had grabbed his girlfriend by the neck. She broke free and walked out of the bar, but the argument continued. The woman ignored him and turned to leave, while James followed her. A year later, the man's wife went into labor, but he was notified that he had been selected as a potential juror. This put him in a dilemma, as serving on the jury would interface with caring for his wife. Still, he had to fulfill his civic duty, so he was assigned as juror 2. The case involved a dead woman, with the accused being her boyfriend, James. According to witness testimony, the prosecution argued that James lost control and pushed his girlfriend off a bridge, killing her. The police also identified James as the prime suspect, but the man felt uneasy. It turned out he had been at the same bar as James that night. He hadn't hit a deer, he had hit James's girlfriend. Now he realized the truth. By law, he was no longer fit to serve as a juror and should have confessed to the court, but because his wife was about to give birth, it chose to remain silent. Meanwhile, both the prosecution and the defense fought for the jury's support. Whether James was guilty or not, every second of the trial weighed on the man's conscience. When it came to the final verdict, the man believed James was innocent and tried to steer the case toward an accidental death. However, the other 11 jurors all voted guilty, leaving him standing at the window, lost in thought. After the trial, he returned home and looked at his wife's prenatal report, feeling tortured and on the verge of collapse. Days later, the court arranged for the jurors to visit the crime scene. Other jurors urged him to accept James's guilt, and this time, he gave in. On the day the court announced the verdict, James was found guilty. The man thought the case was over until the prosecutor unexpectedly visited his home. The man's face turned tense, as if the prosecutor suspected that he himself was the real killer. The movie ended there. In the story, James was a victim of prejudice. Having once been a gang member, he couldn't escape being doubted guilty or not.